and welcome back to Surrendered. This is Rachel Kimani, and I do this with you every now and then, mostly Friday or Saturday, whichever day the Lord enables us to do, because we are living a surrendered life. My desire is that God will help you and I to walk light, to heal relationships, to be loving people, to give out love wherever God has placed us. It's a channel that talks about our relationships in our families, if we are married, if we are single, if we are employed, and whichever way. I desire that God will give you the joy of living fulfilled relationships. And we keep on saying the quality of the relationship we want is going to be determined by the kind of relationships we have. So last time I talked about losing what you don't use, or if you're not using it, just lose it. And I talked about a medical term called Hoarding, Hoard, and we said it's difficulty in parting and releasing things that you don't use, things that you don't necessarily need, but you feel like for sentimental reasons I need them. And we used normal things. We said like home, you could be having broken plates, old seats that you don't use. When we bring that word to our personal lives, we also hold on to things, HOLD. We also hold on to unnecessary things. And these are the ones that I'm saying, if you're not using it, lose it. For example, if anger is not adding value to you, lose it. If unforgiveness is not adding value to you, lose it. If just hate is not adding value to, and anyway, when did hate add value? Just lose it. Don't carry people on your shoulders. Stop gossiping. Stop backbiting. Stop feeling so insecure that anybody's laughter is your sadness. Today, I wanted us to talk about how we weaponize our emotional struggles. And what do I mean? When you weaponize something, you're kind of adapting it for use. You're brandishing it and you are removing it for use. And weapons are used for war. How is it that we use our emotions as weapons? Because we are in relationships and because every day we are relating, we must develop skills of living with people that we are relating with. It is for your benefit when you learn how not to use your emotions against others. Weaponizing your emotions is when you use your emotions to justify a bad behavior. For example, you have met me and maybe I have this attitude towards you, maybe I'm cold towards you, or I am impolite. And the way I am justifying my impoliteness will come out in something like, that's who I am. I'm sorry I'm cold. I'm sorry I behaved like that. It's true. You are acknowledging that you behaved like that, but you are strengthening that behavior by not capturing it and getting rid of it. You know, when your emotions are bad, you make people who are in your life to live and experience your emotions. Some of the things we do in life, in our offices, in church, in our fellowships, or in our relationships are things which are irritating. You have met somebody whose way has to be their way and not your way. Or something has to be done in their way, otherwise it's not correct. And they even have ways of weaponizing like their emotional instabilities, because they'll say things like, they ask you to do something and you don't have permission to ask why. Because when you ask why, they will say something like, it has to be done this way. There is no other way this can be done. They are dealing with maybe an emotional negativity in their life. They're dealing with an insecurity they have in their lives, but they make it like a universal rule for you. So you live and you experience all their instabilities, all their unsurrendered ways. You don't have to be rude when you're saying no to such people. But there is one way you can use. You can tell somebody, thank you, that is the way you like it done, but we could do it in another way. And if they don't buy your way, you don't have to dwell on it, cracking each other emotions and rising up things which are not necessary. Another way we weaponize our emotions is when we say things like all the time, I didn't mean to. It has happened, deal with it. You justify your bad behavior instead of letting God help you, instead of surrendering your behavior to God so that you can be a loving person to the people around you, you just keep on saying, I didn't mean to. Even last year when I did it, I didn't mean to. I just want to encourage you as a human being. People feel your vibes when they're negative and when they're positive. Don't mistreat people. Don't punish people because of your emotions. Don't play the pitiful person that all the time, oh yeah, I need people to understand that I'm going through this. It is because I was unwell. It is because I was in this situation, I did this. I just pray that God can help you understand. Even when you are going through that, somebody else somewhere might be going through the same. But when we get to give God all our issues, He's able to help us not to use our emotional roller coasters against others. So how do you deal with that? Declutter your negativity. Declutter weaponizing your emotions. Declutter your control. Sometimes we use our emotions to control others. You can't control human beings. We have a gentleman called Moses. He was never able to control those people. He was their deliverer, and many times he would come into fights with God trying to fight for them, and he just loved them. And sometimes he would lose it because he thought, this is an easy group and I can control it and I can lead them as the way I was ordered by God to lead them. You can't control people. God controls His people with love. Surrender God's people to God. Don't carry them. You will die of anxiety, of worry, of fear. You will die of so many life diseases because you did not create them. They were created by God, and God is able to handle them. So like we said last time, when you're unable to live your life to the fullness because you're stressed and it turns into depression, just learn to hand over, lay down your struggles to the Lord. Just keep on remembering God is for you and God is for your relationships. When you surrender them to Him, He's more than able to carry you through. As for now, it's a bye-bye. May you live a surrendered life.